Hello! I can't believe that I am here today. I can't believe. Hello people, how are you? Welcome and little Turkish for you. Hoş geldiniz everyone. This is Ali from Just English coming to you live. And today we are going to talk about future forms. This is, in case you are wondering, this is an upper intermediate level. So if you are upper intermediate, this is the lesson for you. And if you are not, you can stay here. Something you will learn, maybe a listening practice for you. We don't know. So welcome aboard. Welcome everyone. How are you? I hope you're feeling great, powerful, energetic, inspired, motivated, and the whole package of good stuff and the positive stuff. How is everyone? This is my line. How is everyone? How is everyone? Miss Gulsafa here. Hello. Nice to see you. Welcome, Miss Gulsafa. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. As you know, by the way, we're going to talk we're going to take the future forms. So we've got simple future here, future progressive here, and future perfect progressive here, and also you've got the comparison between those two forms, which is the future perfect and the future perfect progressive and everything we're going to talk about today. I really hope you enjoy the lesson as much as I'm going to. Let's see now who's here. I grabbed my Colombian coffee. Like for now, you should know Colombian coffee is my favorite. So my Colombian coffee is here. I don't know if you can see it, but voila. If I am editing this video, I would put yes. I hope you brought your drinks with you so that we can start today with our lesson. How is everyone? Who's live with us today? Who's here? Say hi. Say hello. Say what's up. Say hey. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Peace. Namaste. Anything you would like. Just say hello. I'm a bit excited today. I'm a bit excited. I'm using bit as well, like quite excited. I'm quite excited today. Yes. Okay. Mr. Recep. Well, I love Turkish coffee too. I love Turkish coffee too. I just don't like the end of the Turkish coffee. It's like we have mud, like on the bottom of the cup or the mug. Yes, I love Turkish coffee. I drank Turkish coffee. I tried it. It's beautiful, really creative, and it's super amazing. Just my favorite is filtered Colombian coffee. That's my favorite. Okay, welcome Mr. Recep, and we have also Ms. Gulsafa. So without any further ado, we're gonna start with our topic of today. The subject we're going to talk about is simple forms. So we're gonna start from the easiest, which is the thing that we all know, the simple future, and the three parts of the simple future that we have inside the three sections. Then we're gonna jump to future progressive. Then we're gonna jump future perfect progressive or future perfect. Afterwards, we're gonna take so much exercises that you're gonna hate me afterwards. Okay, scroll down a bit to grammar notes. So me and you today, we're gonna read little. I hope you have pen and paper like me so that we can write everything important for us so that it always stays here and never goes away from our memory. Okay, so let's start together. As I said to you, in future simple, we have 3 sections, 3 forms. So let's see. There are 3 ways to express a future time in English. And I suppose you know all of them. We have will and the base verb. The base verb, which means the normal verb, the present verb, like write or wait or any verb that you ever think about, but it's not the past, it's not the past participle, it's the base form of the verb, it's the first verb. Then we have the second way where we can express future time, where we're going to use be going to plus the base verb, exactly the same thing. Then the last part where we can find, or we can get confused a bit when we are using it, which seems like the present continuous. After that we're going to talk about it, which is the be plus the ing verb. Hello Miss Yellum, welcome, thank you. I hope you enjoy with us today. Now we're going to discuss first and every one of those forms together. So number 1 is will plus the base verb. Now, as we know, we have will and shall in the future form. However, because of the language and how much common it is, will is going to be used commonly in the English language. But you'll ask me a question, what about shall? Well, shall we can use it in formal language, in meetings or in writings, okay? Some people use it with the speaking as polite. So, but as what we have now, we have only will plus the base form of the verb. So let's see here. This form is used when you are deciding future plans at the moment. Making a decision. If you are making a decision, then you need to use will to make a decision in this part. So there is an example that we have here. If someone invited you to go to a party next Friday, you could answer, I will go with you. I will go with you. He's asking you about a party next Friday, time in the future, next week. However, the way you are using the tense here is to make a decision. I will go with you. Okay, that's a decision. I made my mind. I made my mind, which means I made a decision. This is just a quick tip for you. So will plus the base verb is also formal way of forming the future. So if you want to use will, no problem. If you want to use shall, no problem. But will is much more common again. Coming down to the examples that we have here, like we know with examples we can understand more deeper. The examples A and B here. Do you want to go to the movies later? The answer is sure, I will go. This is a decision you made, or you just make to do something in the future, which is a decision. She will do whatever her mother tells her to do. She will do whatever her mother tells her to do. Now, just something to, to remind you of is grammar can be very confusing to some of you, but we have a basic rules we follow. So if you saw in the sentence that you are making a decision, then without any hesitation, you need to choose will plus the base verb, and that's it. But some sentences might refer to a different thing, not a decision. Might also take a will and base form of the verb. So be careful when you have this and that. And of course, the best way is to practice and prepare if you have an exam or anything, so you can know where are the differences in grammar when you are using this part of the grammar, which is will plus the verb. When you enter the room on Monday, you will see a sign-up sheet on the table. You will see a sign-up sheet on the table. Now, some of you might think that is not a decision. However, again, we said there is so much exceptions and you need to understand the language by reading so much and listening widely. This is the second form. Hello, Miss Hatija. Welcome. I'm very good. Thank you so much. I'm having my Colombian coffee and I'm very happy. How are you? How is everything? I hope you're good. My God, guys, this coffee is amazing. I don't know what type of coffee you like, but I would recommend Colombian filtered coffee. You're gonna thank me later. Trust me. The second form of the future simple is using be going to plus base verb. So the first one was the decision. Second one is plans had already been made in advance. So you made a plan in advance. So in this case, you need to use be going to. Yes. So here, for example, if you have plans to go camping next weekend and someone asks you what you're going to do. So, for example, I have planned tomorrow. I want to go to the beach. So, and someone asks me, what are you going to do tomorrow, or what you're up to? That's another way where we can ask someone, what is your plans? What you're up to? So I will say to you, I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the beach. In this case, I used be going to and the base verb. Let's check together. In this example, we have, I am going to go camping next weekend. I am going to go camping. Now, if you looked at it, the be, when we say the be, it is, am, and are. Don't forget that, by the way. That's the be. And here we have, I am going to go camping next weekend. I'm going to go camping. I'm going to go. If you look at it very closely, you will find out that this sentence might be, or you got confused by present progressive or present continuous. Well, it is. In one way or another, you can look at it and it might be, but we don't know. Let's see what we have here. Let's see, maybe he can give us a note or a tip about it. Be going to base verb is more casual than will plus base verb. It's also more common than be plus ing. Remember the third part, this part is be going to. The other part we have is be plus ing. So he's saying this one is more casual, this is more used, but the common one is be plus ing. Welcome, Miss Firal. Hello, hi. Hoş geldin. Hopefully you're good. Like every time someone coming and say hi, I take a sip of my coffee. Thank you for that. It's a huge sip, actually. So let's read the notes here. Let me zoom to you. The note here says the be verb is conjugating according to the subject. So there is an agreement between the be verb and the subject. So if I, you need to take am. If we or they, you need to take are. If is, he, she, it, takes is. So there is an agreement between the subject and the verb be that we have here. So that's note for you. Another note. Oh, you are welcome. Yes, Mr. Rajab, drink your coffee. Coffee gives us an energy. Well, Ms. Firal, that's amazing to hear that. Thank you. Pronunciation notes, also let's zoom to it again. Going to sound like gonna. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna to go. I'm gonna go. Okay? So going to sound like gonna. Don't do that. Don't write gonna in your exams or in your writing. Don't. Welcome, Mr. or Miss EA. Welcome. So, gonna. Use gonna when speaking, but never write. Never ever. Let's go with the examples and let's check. Remember, this is only the first form of the simple future that we have here. It might seem easy, but we will go little, you know, from the easiest to the hardest. So for now, we have the simple future form and the example that we have for be going to. He is going to study all night for his test. He's going to study all night for his test. Remember, we are doing and we are using this form because we have a plans we already made. We've got a plans we already made. They are going to go to Disneyland next spring. I've got a decision that I made last month that I will go to Disneyland. I used the first form of will. Then someone asked me, what you going to do next spring? I'm like, we are going to go to the Disneyland next spring, okay? So when you made the decision that you want to go to Disneyland, we use the first form of the future simple. However, we are using the second form of the future simple, which is be going to, if we want to talk about plans that we already made. I am definitely here we have an adverb of a frequency. So I am definitely, which means absolutely, utterly, without any question. I'm definitely going to call you tomorrow. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Okay? Hello, Miss Azima. Welcome. How are you? Hopefully feeling great, powerful, energetic, inspired, motivated, and the whole package of good stuff and the positive stuff. If you want, I give you this line of the words. Tell me, I will write it one day for you. Welcome, Mr. Hussein. Welcome. Hi. Hello from the other side. Hello from the other side. If you heard the song by Adele, then it's not weird. Miss Hava. Hey, welcome. Cheers. Welcome. Hoş geldin, everyone. Hoş geldin. Join in. Come on. Okay, so finish the second form of the future simple. Then we've got the last form of future simple, which is the be and ing. Absolutely and utterly welcome, EA. Absolutely and utterly welcome. There is no problem. I'm here to make it fun and also to make it educational as much as possible. Thank you, Miss Hava. Thank you. My Colombian coffee. I'm doing advertisement right now. Thank you. My coffee is done. Now, jumping to C, which is the third form of the future simple, we have be plus ing. Remember, be verb is am, are, is. Am, is, are always agreement with the subject. Okay, keep that in mind. Don't get confused. Let's read together. Sometimes English speakers use this present progressive as a future form. Remember, we talked about present progressive or present continuous. By the way, when I say progressive and when I say continuous, those are both the same meaning. Progress, progressive, continue, continuous. They are both the same. So, as I told you here, plan we are already made, so the future comes hand in hand with the present continuous or progressive. So, when we speak English, we use present progressive as a future form. It is used the same way as be going to when plans are already made. So basically, the two forms or the future forms, future simple forms, are used with the present progressive and continuous. In this case, it's going to be very easy for you because, as you can see, it's verb plus ing and the auxiliary verbs am, is, are, which has an agreement with the subject. For example, if you have plans to go camping, this is the situation. The sentence is not coming yet. So this is only the situation. For example, here, if you have plans to go camping next weekend, and someone asks you what you're going to do, you could answer, I'm going camping next weekend. I'm going camping next weekend. Now, I want you to focus with me with something. Can you see the sentence? I'm going, let me zoom it. I'm going camping next weekend. I'm going camping next weekend. This is the part this is actually abbreviated, contracted with the subject I, but it's am plus go plus ing. This is the third form. This is exactly the same exact form that we used here. The same sentence, except the formation is different. Here, I am going to go camping. I am going to go camping. To go here, it's infinitive, and we discussed infinitive in one of the videos, and infinitive comes after the verb even though it has ing or not. So, two forms in the future go hand in hand with the present progressive, present continuous, okay? So I'm going to go camping next weekend, or I'm going camping next weekend. In both cases, there is no problem. They are both future simple forms. However, they can be also considered as a present continuous or progressive. Keep that in mind. It's not difficult. Now you have matches between present simple, present continuous, and simple future. Kind of the same. So now, after discussing all of those, here he's telling you some little notes. The present progressive is casual way of forming the future. It is most often used for near future. So close future, not far away future, as he's saying near future. So tonight, tomorrow, next weekend, etc. 2 days from now, and so on. Examples that we have here. My roommate is going to Hawaii next weekend. My roommate is going to Hawaii next weekend. Again, there is a plan has been made there, okay? We are planning to discuss this at the next meeting. We are planning to discuss. It's a future, or you can tell me the way I can see the grammar right now. It's present continuous. There is no problem. The problem is the understanding of the sentence. I am calling him back tomorrow after class. Again, it's near future, not far away. Near future. Now this is basically a quick review of everything we talked about. This is very good for most of you who just came to our lesson. So we're gonna go through it one by one and understanding the simple future as easy as it is. So we have, as we discussed, three forms of future simple. Will plus base verb, be going to plus base verb, and be plus ing verb. Okay? Plus ing, which means there is a verb with an ing. Okay? In two brackets, he said to you present progressive. Again, if you're first time here, present progressive is the same as present continuous. Don't be confused by it. So this is the use of the three forms of the future simple. Let's read what we have here. So when you are using will, which means you're deciding future plan. Now you have a decision. You are making a decision now, you need to use will. In case you have plans already been made and someone asks you about those plans, you can use the second form, which is be going to, and base verb. Keep in mind the base verb we have here, the base verb. Then here, on the other hand, exactly the same as this one. Can you see? Let me zoom it for you so that we can put it together. Yes. Perfect. Be going to and be ing verb, which is the present progressive. Both of them, the same use. Look at this one. Use when future plans have already been made. Use when future plans have already been made. So you have an option here. When you have an option, which means you are free to choose whatever you want in the exam. Which one do you think appropriate? So this is the use of those three types of the future simple. We're going to go down with the notes of understanding where and why we are using them the way they are, and why we have two here, but yet we are using them in future simple and in the present progressive. So if you used will, this is formal future form. Preferred in writing. So if you are writing an essay, if you are writing an article, use will. It may be used formally even when plans have already been made. Look here. This note is important. This note is telling you that if you want to use be going to or be ing verb, no problem. You should not use them. You could not use them. Okay? You can use only will. This is only with writing. They preferring this. Prefer, which means they rather. This is better. If we go to be going to, this is preferring in speaking. So if you're speaking the language, I'm going to go to, I don't know, Izmir. I'm going to go to Izmir. It's preferred in speaking. Most common form, going to, is often reduced to gonna. This is only gonna, I just said gonna. Is it? It's easy. So going to is gonna. Gonna, going to. Want to, wanna. And so on. Hopefully we will have a relaxed speech where we can discuss all those words together. Now, be plus ing verb. Let's see what we have here. Casual future form, preferred in speaking, used especially for near future. So, near future, present progressive, this form. Then here, speaking part. Here, writing and sometimes speaking, but formally. Examples, so that we can understand them fully. Yes, I will go to the movies with you tonight. Tonight, I made a decision just right now. He's going to study all weekend for his test. So his all weekend is going to be studying. Why? Because he's got tests afterwards. So he's got a plan. He already made a plan to do so. She's giving her presentation tomorrow. Near future, and also you can say it's present progressive where the plans are already made. Now this is, all of them are statements. Statements which mean a sentence finishing with dot or period. Here we have negative form or the future. So I will not be ready to go at 5. I will not be ready. They are not going to go to the party because they have school tomorrow. Again, the same notion where we are using this for speaking part and already made plans. We are not leaving until we get an answer. Then we have, of course, the question part, which is very easy. All you need to do is to change the subject with the auxiliary verb. So, you will call me later. Will you call me later? Will you? Then we have going to, is she going to read that entire book tonight? Is she going to? Like commonly, if started with an auxiliary verb, which means the answer needs to be in yes and no and continuation or complement. Are they coming over for dinner on Friday? Are they coming over for dinner on Friday? This is basically what we have for a simple future. Let's see here. Here, let's see the notes. Let's see. Okay, those are the last notes that we're going to discuss so that we can jump up to the future, continuous or progressive. And I don't want you to be confused. I hope you're writing your notes. Okay. Coffee finished, now water time. Okay, note number 1 we've got here. What are some common future time markers in English? Markers, which means words which refer to something in the future. And basically, we see them at the end of the sentence. Time markers are words that show the time, past, present, or future. of a sentence in English common time markers. Here in the future type, we've got tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, which means tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. So today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, Saturday is the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow is Saturday. Next week, next month, next year, go figure, etc. From now, 2 days from now, 3 weeks from now, and so on. So from now is Thursday. 3 weeks from now, we're going to July. Okay? 2 weeks or 2 days from now, which means now is Thursday, 2 days from now. So Friday, Saturday. It can be Sunday or Saturday. In 4 days, in 2 months. Again, the grammar is important, but understanding the sentence can be very essential. Okay? Then, when two future sentences are joined together, see note 2. Two future sentences joined together. We have 2 clauses basically. What happens when we use 2 future verbs in the same sentence? Let's see. English does not use a future form twice in most sentences. Again, we are not using 2, but we say in most sentences. So we're going to find them somewhere. The simple future is used in the independent clause, and the simple present is used in the dependent clause. We can see that a lot in the future progressive afterwards, where we're going to discuss it. Let's go a bit down here. The order of the clauses can change, which means the independent clause can be the first or it can be the second in the sentence. There is no difference whatsoever, the same meaning not changing. The best way to know which clause is dependent and requires a present verb, it is to look for adverb of time. So if you saw adverb of time, which means this one is dependent and the other one is independent. And commonly we can find comma between them. In case you don't know what is an adverb, there is another video where we are talking about frequency adverbs and manner adverbs. You can check them out. They can help you a lot. We must use comma after the dependent clause if it begins the sentence. Of course, we have an example. We will do it now. The verb in the dependent clause is a simple present verb. So third person singular subject takes a verb ending in S. So much talking. Yes, let's go to the examples. We will understand much more here. So this is the concept. This is the notion. This is the idea. 2 sentences. One of them is future simple. The other one is present simple. Present simple, as we know, takes the S with the verbs as the third person singular. So let's see here. He will call you when he arrives in Los Angeles tomorrow. He will call you when he arrives in Los Angeles tomorrow. So when he arrives in Los Angeles tomorrow, he will call you. As you can see, the present simple here is the dependent clause. Yes, because he said here, you put comma after dependent clause. So the dependent clause here is this. When he arrives in Los Angeles tomorrow, he will call you. Dependent, which means you don't need any adding to the sentence to give you a meaning. I understand it. He arrives in Los Angeles tomorrow. He arrives. But it seems like a bit wrong because why are we using present simple and tomorrow? Okay, so that's why it's 2. We are going to study for the final exam when my friends come over next weekend. There is no comma whatsoever. Why? Because the dependent clause coming at the end of the sentence after when, and the independent one comes first. Here, vice versa. When my friends come over next weekend, comma, dependent clause, we are going to study for the final exams. She's applying to university when she graduates. When she graduates, she's applying to university. Not much confusion here. Very easy, very simple. I hope you get it. And I hope there was no confusions whatsoever there. Let's see here. Let's skip the exercises. Let's skip the exercises because the time is short and I want to discuss all the future forms for you here without any confusion. So this part is the future, simple future. We discussed 3 forms of the simple future as we already know. Will plus base verb, be going to base verb, and be plus verb ing, the third form of the simple future. Now swiftly moving on to the future progressive, which is the same as the future continuous. We scroll down, we get right into the understanding of it. Future continuous, I don't want you to get confused by it. It's very easy. It's kind of continuation of the future simple, where the last part we talked about, we're going to use 2 clauses, dependent and independent. Here, we're going to see that. Let's read and let's see the function, how it works in the sentence, or where we are using the future progressive. Is it common or it's not? And so on. The main function of the future progressive, also called the future continuous, this is for you because some students have a problem where they think future continuous it's quite different than future progressive, which actually they are both the same. Don't get confused. So where we are using this part is to show a continuing long action getting interrupted by a short action. So if we are talking about future progressive, we're talking about a long action interrupted by a short action. Both actions are future. Both actions are future. So let's check together. This is the diagram that we have. The future progressive. This is the main use of it, because after that we're going to see the exception that we might have. The diagram is quite simple. I believe the diagram can make us relate and understand the future progressive in full capacity. The diagram here is this: 6:30 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. If I'm not wrong, that's exactly 45 minutes between 2 actions. Okay, those are both in the future. Those are both we know about. So let's take an example. I will be eating dinner. I will be eating dinner. He will call me. So before he's going to call me, I'm going to eat dinner. That's the dinner part. It's a long action. Eating dinner will not finish in 2 minutes. You need to take your time, you know. Taste the food. You have appetizers. You have to pick which food you like. If you're in a restaurant, would you like kind of steak, or maybe you want to eat soup before getting to the main course and everything. So it takes time. So this is the long action. I will be eating dinner. So as you can see, will be eating. Then, of course, we have the future progressive formation, which is will plus be plus verb ing. And the other action is going to happen in the future too, but it's going to happen when it interrupt our dinner, which is also in the future when someone's going to call you. So I'm enjoying my dinner and suddenly someone called me. This is the interruption, okay? Let's take an example and let's see what we have here. So the example that we have here, I will be eating dinner when he calls me tomorrow night. When he calls me. If I'm not wrong, and as upper intermediate students, you might recognize the structure as simple, present simple. Am I right? Present simple. Why? Because the verb here is accompanied or plus s, which is for the third singular person, So what is the idea here? I don't understand. Do you understand? We don't understand. Let's understand more. When he calls me tomorrow night, I will be eating dinner. Remember the comma? We just discussed it earlier, where we can use it after the dependent clause. So here the dependent clause is when he calls me tomorrow night. Again, it might get confusing for you, but little. When he calls me tomorrow night, I will be eating dinner. Now, why we are using the present simple? Yes, we are using it, but the meaning of it is in the future. As you can see, when he calls me tomorrow night is future. When he calls me tomorrow night, I will be eating dinner. So the eating dinner part interrupted by the call. The form of this tense is will plus be plus ing verb. This be cannot change to am is are. Be will always be here. Okay, we have the be going to in the future simple, where we talked about be and it has an agreement with the subject. In this part, be has no agreement with anything. Actually, will need to agree with the subject, and however, will agrees with all the subjects that we might have. I, we, they, it, he, she, everything. Now, this is the formation that you've got for future continuous, future progressive. The function is how it works and how we understand it. Two actions will occur. Occur, another word for happen. Occur, another word for happen, but not same meaning. Just I'm going to give you a synonym so that you can understand it if you don't know what's occur, but it's like happening. Two actions will occur in the future. The first long action is interrupted by a second short action. The short action is the dependent. The long action is the independent. Time markers, fortunately here, we have only when. When is the time marker that we have in the future progressive. Jumping to the notes, in notes we might get more understanding to the future progressive. Let's read it together. First of all, let's read the sentences we have here and let's see what he's trying to point out for us. We will rock you. You know, by the way, do you know the song by Queens? We will rock you. That's another way where we can also use English songs or American songs or British songs to understand grammar and understand English language too. So if you know Queens, we will rock you. Boy, man, hum, man, stuck it in a place. Never mind. Anyway, I love music. I get excited when I teach and I hear inside, like deep inside my head, a song coming up. Okay, so we will rock you. That's song by Queens. If you like to search it, it's beautiful, by the way. Anyway, back to our subject here. We will be playing soccer when the storm hits. When the storm hits, comma, we will be playing soccer. So remember, the comma always comes after the dependent clause. Clause means sentence. Don't forget that. So this is basically what we have here. There is no confusion. Just the sentences that we have right here for you. Simple. As simple as it gets. Number 2. We have here, they will be studying when the bell rings. She will be sleeping when his plane lands tonight. Let's see what he's trying to point out for us here. Some verbs are common as short actions, and knowing them will help you identify if the sentence needs the future progressive. These verbs include call, ring, arrive, come, land, hit, and go out. Basically, he's trying to tell you here, guys, dudes, my friends, my fellas, folks, call, ring, arrive, come, land, hit, go out. Those are verbs used short actions. In case you don't know what type of tense you want to use and fill in the blanks, keep in mind those verbs because they will help you to understand this is a short action where you will understand we need a long action. So long actions means future progressive. Here it's trying to help you to identify the tense from the verbs. This is what he's trying to point out for us here. Here he say to you, as we can read, this is a handy grammar review. Handy is another word for helpful or help grammar which will help you. The function number 1 for notes. The short action is a future progressive sentence can be expressed simply by a time reference instead of a full clause. Which means, let's go back. Can you see here this sentence? Or even better, this sentence, This sentence, fellas, this clause, dependent clause, we can replace it. We can take this tense, which is the simple present, we can take it and replace it by time markers. Let's see what he means. So, for example, here you have, this sentence more appropriate. So this sentence is this: at 11 p.m. tonight, I will still be playing the guitar. Now, will still be playing the guitar is the future progressive. Don't worry about the still, it's an adverb, don't worry. So I will be playing the guitar. This is future progressive, but in this case, the dependent clause, we don't have all clause. We have only a time reference, a time which shows us the dependent clause. Another example. At Christmas time, many people will be shopping for gifts. Will be shopping for gifts. Again, at Christmas time. This is a period of time. This is a reference. And instead, he is replacing this with the full clause that we might have. Again, they will still be arguing at noon tomorrow. At noon tomorrow, this is the other clause, the other sentence, but not a full clause. Which means we don't have subject, verb, and continuation, the complement. Okay, we don't have that. We have at noon tomorrow. This is a time reference, nothing. Mr. Ferguson will be collecting the test at 3 p.m. Again, no clause. Now this is another time where we can use the future progressive, but without using the other clause. The other clause, which means in the same sentence, 2 verbs, 2 subjects. Here we have only 1 verb, 1 subject, and continuation for time reference. Number 4, here he's trying to show you the contraction. Those will and you, which mean the subject and the auxiliary verb, are abbreviated, contracted together. You will be doing the dishes when you get home from work. When I get home from work, I will be doing the dishes. Now, this one we have, as you can see it here, subject verb, then here subject verb. This is 2 clauses in the same sentence as we took before. Now, the last note, I suppose, we have something we need to see. Let's see what's wrong. She is studying when I call her. She's going to be studying when I call her. She will be studying when I call her. So what are the differences here? He said to you, be going to plus be plus ing verb form future progressive. This is what we have in the future simple, be going to. Here, it also can be used. There is no problem and it refers to the future progressive. However, you cannot use this type of sentences. Is being studying. This is present, I assume. This is present continuous. Now, the meaning of the sentence is future progressive. You can't do that in a sentence. She's studying when I call her. He said here, note that though we can use the present progressive to indicate a simple future tense, we can never use it with the future progressive. So you cannot do that, and you need to be careful with that when you are using it. Now we have the secondary use. Now the first use, as we saw, the short term of an action and interrupted by another action. So for function 2 here, this is another use, the second use of the future progressive, but we are going to discuss that right after the break. 10 minutes break. After that, we're going to discuss this part. Let's see what we have. This part and notes. This is the differences between future simple and future progressive, as you can see here. I don't think we should take that because we discussed very briefly earlier. Yes, so basically we will do this part together, then jumping to future progressive, perfect progressive, or future perfect. Okay, so I'll be taking 10 or 15 minutes break, and I will be right back to you, beautiful people. Okay, so stick with us, 10 or 15 minutes, and I will be right back to you. Okay, so break. Let me make coffee or eat something maybe, and I'll be right back.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world for the joy and smile, a world where everyone will live by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Pronunciation.
Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justinglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justinglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Acoustic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Clark. Pronunciation.
Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Hey, hello again. Welcome. Hey, hello. Welcome, Miss Stephanie. Hey. Yes. Yes, you're a bit late. Kinda 1 hour. Yes, you are a bit late. 1 hour. LOL. This is me, by the way. I really like to communicate with you. Like I'm on my break, no problem. But I like to write and communicate with you so that you can understand. And please feel free to ask any questions if you've got. Even if you like to talk about adverbs, any other grammatical topic besides future forms, I'm more than happy to answer each and every one of you. Okay, so feel free. But for now, let's talk about the second use of the future progressive, and together we will conquer this topic. Okay? So, the first part we talked about is the future simple. And we talked about the 3 forms of future simple, how you express future simple. Will plus verb, the base verb, then be going to base verb, then be verb ing, which can be present progressive, and we talked about it. Then we came here, we talked about a future progressive. The first use is when we have a short action interrupted by a long action interrupted by a short action. The short action is the dependent clause, which comes in the simple present, which means the verb, the second verb in the sentence that we might find is present simple and future progressive. With that being said, we have here future progressive, but this is the second use of it. Let's see how we can use it. So basically here we've got the diagram where it shows that we have 2 different times, 6:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. That's 1 hour, like exactly 1 hour. So we have 2 actions here. Let's read. And zoom for you, of course. Maybe you can see clearly. The first one is I will be answering emails. The second one is you will be texting your friends. Now, in both forms, as you can notice here, we have will be answering. So we have will plus be plus verb ing. And, of course, the complement of the sentence. Now, they are both happening at the same periods of time. So I guess now we have 2 clauses, 2 subjects, 2 verbs. 2 clauses mean 2 sentences. So examples we have here, I will be answering emails and you will be texting your friend. 2 future actions used the same way. You will be texting your friend and I'll be answering emails. The formation is the same formation that we talked about before. The function of it is 2 long action occur at the same time. 2 long action occur at the same time. Before, what we have is a long action cut, interrupted by another action. Here, 2 actions at the same time. Time markers that we might have is the adverb while, which mean the same time, but the conjunction and is more common. So you can say while, or you can say meantime, in the meantime, the same time. And he said commonly we are using and. Let's read this thing that we have here. The secondary function of the future progressive is to emphasize the 2 long continuing action will happen at the same time. So as you can see here, we have 2 actions are coming together at the same time. But he's trying to tell you here to emphasize the 2 actions. So if we are talking about something and we want to make things much more clearer to someone, we need to tell him that 2 actions are happening at the same time. We are going to use the future progressive here. The notes that always help us out is we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna discuss them all now together. So here we have the number 1 is the number 1. Oh my god. The number 1 is it is also possible to use the future progressive to emphasize only 1 long future action. Let's check example. We will be studying all night. The audience will be begging for more. This is emphasize. He's telling you it's emphasized, but it's possible that we are using only 1 sentence. Okay, so this sentence is independent. There is no problem. We don't need anything with this sentence. And it's only used 1 time future progressive. Number 2, remember that non-action verbs be, have, feeling states, the 5 senses. The 5 senses verbs are taste, smell, feel, taste, smell, feel, I forgot the other two. If you know the verb of senses, write them down for me, because here he's telling you the non-action verbs almost never take a progressive form. Never, ever. Almost never. That's 80%. Okay? So, she will be having a new puppy next month. She will be have a new puppy next month. So, we can't say we'll be having a new puppy next month. It's used when we speak the language. It's used. I am completely agree with you. But grammatically, we're talking not. She will have a new puppy next week. It's a decision. It's a decision. As we discussed earlier, when we make a decision, we use will and the base form of the verb. Then we have here, they will be liking the performance tonight. They will like the performance tonight. I'm making a decision. As easy as it gets. So here, careful with non-action verbs. Careful with this one. Number 3, the future progressive can also be used to ask politely, politely about someone's intention. Intentions in Turkish, I believe it's niyet, I think, intentions. So, will he be bringing his girlfriend to the party tonight? Will he be bringing? Will he be bringing? In this case, we can use future progressive. It's in a kind of a polite way. Then we've got here, will you be coming home right after work? Will you be coming home right after work? Number 4, note that though 2 future progressive verbs are possible, it is more common to use 2 simple future verbs unless you really want to emphasize the long action. Now, what's he trying to tell you here? It's very easy to use the decision will, which is the will plus the base verb, but if you want to show so much emphasis, then you can use future progressive without any problems. So I will be answering emails and you will be texting your friend, or I will answer emails and you will text your friends. Both of them, no problem. So basically what he's trying to tell you here, this one, it's not used commonly. So instead of using the future progressive, the second use of it, where 2 future action progressive verbs happening at the same time, we can use easily will plus verb, and that's it. The base verb, by the way, as he said here. And adding to that, this will plus the base verb can be more common. Okay, so we have so much grammar, but some of them we are not using them when we are speaking. That's why we've got a lot of Turkish students that we have in our branch, and also international students. They believe that learning all the grammar makes them capable to speak. But it's not. It's unlikely to happen, because grammar can make you understand the formation of the structure, the sentence, but does not make you speak fluently and swiftly. So in this way, you need to practice speaking in another methods, not with the grammar part. Damla, welcome Miss Damla. Hoş geldin. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. With that, we are basically wrapping up the future progressive second form, 2 at the same time. Then here, absolutely, we have this past future progressive, where we have an action which was a continuous action, a progressive action, and interrupted. So for now, for the first hour and little of the second hour, we discussed simple future 3 forms, and also we discussed future progressive and the 2 uses of the future progressive. Last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you future perfect progressive. Now, there is future perfect and there is future progressive. So here, we're going to discuss both of them. Okay? There will be a comparison. We will discuss, like here, let's see. Future perfect progressive, we're going to talk about it. Then, we're going to do future perfect versus future progressive. Moving swiftly on. Before we get to this part, any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Hocam birkaç sorum olacak. Anlamadım Türkçe. Türkçe çok anlamadım. I am sorry, I can't speak can't speak Turkish. I'm sorry. Please try to write in the English language. That would be more appropriate, and that would be amazing for me to answer you. Yes, please. Let's see. No questions whatsoever. I think I am explaining everything briefly because I don't want you to get confused, and in the same time, those 2 hours are full for future form. So when you search place to check the future forms, you will find it in Just English. Okay, Miss Damla, tell me your question, please. Ask away. Feel free to ask. Go ahead. Let's see. I'm here to help you out to fulfill your questions. You're wondering about stuff. I'm here to make your life easier when you want to talk English, when you want to speak, when you want to communicate. That's what I love to do. That's what I signed for. Okay, Miss Damla. The lesson today began at 4 p.m. and it will finish at 6. Now, in case you want to see our live streams, I highly recommend for you to follow our Instagram page, because in our Instagram page we are posting what time the lesson is going to be, what the specific time, and also which teacher, which instructor is going to handle the lesson. I want to improve my English. I just discovered this channel. Well, to improve your English, there is a few steps. I will do it and I will be more than happy to tell you. But first, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow our Instagram, because all the plan for our lessons in Instagram. To improve your English, there is a multiple steps. One of them is read English as much as you can and watch movies and songs. For now, if you're not going to course, but if you're going to course, I am sure your instructor will help you out to improve your English. You need to read, you need to write, you need to listen to movies and songs, and also you need to make an effort. It's not enough. 1 hour a day, not enough. Make it 4 hours a day. Talking about English, writing, watching movies, 4 hours, 5 hours a day. It's going to be very beneficial for you. However, I was asking about there is any question about the grammar part. Okay, so as far as there is none question about grammar part, we will continue future perfect. I hope I answered your questions, Miss Damla. So the future perfect and the progressive. Let's read this part together. The future perfect progressive, also called the future perfect continuous, is used when we need to discuss two future actions where the first action continues to the second action. So this is a continuation. Let's see here. Okay, Miss Gulsafa, I recommend you check this man's YouTube channel, John Oliver. Check John Oliver. And this man, John Oliver, Graham Norton, they are both native British. They are Britain, from Britain, and they have both British accent, and they can help you out a lot when it comes to British accent, because as you know, you are an IELTS student and you also coming here a lot in our lessons. So John Oliver, Graham Norton, take a screenshot search them later. They are both presenters. They have a late night show where they are talking about multiple topics, and you can use their videos to help you to improve your English better. So the future progressive not commonly used, so we don't use future perfect progressive a lot. In case you are wondering, I've never seen that before in my life. Well, because it's not used commonly. Absolutely welcome, Miss Gulsafa. The form of it is will, have, and been plus verb ing, present participle. Let's go here. The function of this tense. Two actions will occur in the future. The first long action continues to the second short action. Now, if you're noticing something, when we discussed the future progressive, we talked about the first use of a future progressive where a long action interrupted by a short action. Here, kind of the same, but it's not interrupted. It's continued to a short action. How? We will check the exercises, the examples, sorry. By the way, the time markers by the time, when, or before. He said here, note that for is also commonly used to indicate the duration of the first action. So the duration for months, for ages, for 5 weeks, for 6 hours, this all is a duration. Examples, we will have been negotiating. This might be odd word for you. Negotiation, negotiating. It's basically, I don't know how to say it in Turkish actually. I would really recommend you search it in your translator because it have beautiful understanding. So we will have been negotiating for 3 weeks by the time we reach an argument. This is the sentence. Now the time marker, by the time. Long action continues to short action. Again, check it out. We will have been negotiating for 3 weeks by the time we reach an argument. We reach an argument, this is a short action. Negotiating, as you know, this word is, when someone say we are negotiating with a criminal or anything, it takes ages. It takes months maybe, probably a week. But if we're talking about the money heist, like Casa de Papel, it takes months, 2 weeks, tops 2 weeks. So long action, then short action, but it's a continuation. It's not an interruption as a future progressive. Sorry. When he resigns, which means leaving, someone's leaving a job. I'm leaving my job, which means I am resigning. I am writing a resignation letter and I am resigning. When he resigns, he will, thank you, Ms. Gulsafa, appreciate it. When he resigns, he will have been working here for 8 years. The resignation clause, which is the present simple, is the short action, which actually comes after the working for 18 years. I will have been studying for 2 hours before she calls me. I will have been studying for 2 hours before she calls me. Exactly. Future perfect progressive, exactly the same as a future progressive. The main differences is the short action and the long action. Let's do this long action. This is a short action. The difference here, interruption, future progressive. Continuation, future perfect progressive. Perfect, Miss Damla. Perfect. That would be amazing. Thank you. Don't forget, check our Instagram page on for Just English TR. Check them out. You will find everything you need there. The note for number 1 is in English, the future form is almost never used twice in a sentence. So we don't see that a lot. Almost never. That's 80%, but on a zero level percent, so that might be 10%. The independent clause takes the future form, and the dependent clause takes the simple present. Exactly the same way we talked about the future progressive. So when we compare, this is the understanding increases. She will have been talking for 2 hours by the time he needs the phone. Continuation. By the time he needs the phone, comma. Comma is important because this is dependent. However, the independent part is the future form, which is the future perfect progressive. Absolutely, utterly welcome, Ms. Damila. Thank you for being here with us. Now, we are kind of repeating. This is the same process that we did before with the future progressive, where it's actually the short action refers to an adverb. It's not clause. So you see the future progressive, the future perfect progressive clause, the sentence, and the short action, which is an adverb. Like, by this time next month, I will have been working on this project for 11 months. For next month, 11 months. By the year 2030, she will have been living there for a long, long time. This is time reference. By the year 2030, a time reference. By 10 a.m. on Friday, they will have been mulling over the problem for 48 hours. Now, all of them, as you can see here, those are time references. Those are substituted alternatives for the simple present clause that comes with the future perfect progressive. Now, this is a full understanding. Let me drink a bit of water. I'm feeling like I'm gonna faint. No coffee. The water is finished. We've got 30 minutes to go. Okay. Some of you have a problem when we talk about the auxiliary, the verb, then the third form of the verb, then the ing, then blah, 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 blah. Your mind get a bit confused. So what we will do is this. This diagram or chart, whatever you want to call it, it's going to help us out with this one. Let's go through it one after one. So, this verb tense has 4 parts. Let's see them. So, if you say future perfect, which means will, have, and past participle. Past participle, which means the third form of the verb. Example, will have studied. Will have studied. Progressive, which means be plus the verb ing. Be studying. Is studying. I'm studying. Are studying. Then the past participle of be. Be, the past participle for it is been, as we know, of course. And then the final result that we have, we mixed all. It's like making a sandwich. Sandwich, inside the sandwich, future perfect, progressive, past participle. All together. You see? So now what we have is, as you can see it, will, have, past participle for be, which is been, then the verb plus ing. Then we will have I will have been studying. I will have been studying. Welcome, Mr. Plan. Welcome to everyone from Adana. Welcome. I've heard that Adana's kebab is amazing. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Welcome. This is the formation, and it should not be confusing for you. Take a screenshot if you like. Moving forward. This is what we talked about earlier. This is where we said we're going to do vice versa. We're going to see the differences between those 2 tenses that we have. Future perfect, 2 actions, as you can see. Future perfect progressive, 2 actions connected. 2 actions connected. Let's go here. Will have plus past participle. Then we have will have been plus ing verb. So as you can see, the only two differences here is ing verb. Now, if you tell me there is be here, been, yes, but it's the third form of the verb, so kind of the same as past participle. The function of both tenses. The first function action, the first future action will finish before the second future action. So when we talk about this one, the first one, it's finished before the second one. Here, continuation, it continues. This is now the time markers that we are using here for both is by the time, when before, by the time, when before. They are both all the same. But note, the typical future markers next, tomorrow, and often additionally used. Now, tomorrow, next, now, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 months, 3 months ago, no, after 3 months, and so on. Those are all future actions, but here we're talking about perfect. So we talk about perfect, which means we have by the time, when, and before. Swiftly. Welcome, Mr. Ali. I am completely and utterly sorry. I would love to give a complex sentence, but time is very short and I need to finish this part for future perfect and future perfect progressive so that we can take exercises. I would love to. I am sorry. There is a lesson I did which talks about active and passive sentences. Please, if you would like, check the videos of Just English. You will find all the sentences there. You're absolutely, utterly welcome. Thank you for participation, Mr. Ali. Thank you so much. Absolutely welcome. Okay, moving on, guys. So what we will do is we will see the sentences. We will take 2 so that we can jump up to the exercises. And the time is running here. Future perfect we have here. I will have finished dinner by the time she calls me tonight. This sentence means like this. The first action is the dinner part. So when I finish dinner, she will call me, which means the dinner part is already done, finished. The second part where she's going to call me, I will be done. So my dinner will be all done, finished. Okay? This is the differences between them. If we take on the other hand this sentence, I will have been studying for 2 hours, but the time she calls me tonight. Remember, when you see present here, it might get confusing on you. So because in the same way we can use the future progressive where we have the same form, will, be plus verb ing, and here we've got will have been verb ing. So here, try to be careful with what you're using. So because here we have the present simple, it continues. The action is continuous. So I will have been studying for 2 hours by the time she calls me tonight. So which means you are studying and here comes the call. Okay? It's not a finished action. Again, this is the diagram that we have. This one and this one, there is no connection between them. But on the other hand, this part, there is a connection. Can you see this dot? This dot. Let's take another sentence. Let's take this one. By the time my teacher quizzes us tomorrow, I will have memorized all the facts. By the time my teacher quizzes us tomorrow, I will have memorized all the facts. Again, to get a full understanding of the grammar, you need to understand the meaning of the sentence. So by the time my teacher quizzes us tomorrow, that's an action. He will do a quiz for you. However, on the other hand, I will have memorized all the facts. 2 complete separate actions. Absolutely, yes, Mr. Ali. Now, yes, Mr. Ali. Now, because easy examples are tend to make students understand more easily, and again, in our YouTube channel here, this level is upper intermediate, but the lesson is upper intermediate. For example, for the pre-intermediate, intermediate, we might not find future perfect progressive, but we are discussing it here. So imagine I am discussing this part with the very hard sentences for all the students that we have here. It might be a dilemma for them to understand such a complicated tense with a complicated sentence. That's why we are using kind of simple, as you put it, kind of simple sentences, which I don't believe are quite simple. There is more depth to them. Yes, you're absolutely always welcome, Mr. Ali. Please try to join our lessons more. We could might help you out with anything. Mr. Ali, in case this is your first time you're here, our lessons last for 2 hours. Now we are doing the lessons twice a week, or I guess 4 times a week. So in case you would like to follow up with our schedule or British schedule, I would like you to recommend, of course, for you, if you like, to follow our Instagram page, because you will find the schedule there, and also our YouTube channel, so that you can be on time and so that we can have time to discuss anything that you might want or desire for very hard, complex, as you mentioned, examples. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, here we have Justenglish Language School. Please like, comment below, share the video if you like it. Thank you so much. Now, moving swiftly on, after we discussed all of that, so let's review everything we did. Yes, Miss Azima, now we will do. I am sorry, but the time is running. So the main idea between the future perfect and the future perfect progressive is the two actions in the future perfect are separated and the perfect progressive are connected. I hope you get this. As Miss Azima mentioned, are we going to do exercises? Of course we will. And I am sorry for being late. We will do those exercises. Hopefully we can do as much as we can because time is running. Okay, future all tenses. Make the correct tense. You're going to tell me what to write. I'm gonna write it for you and we will check. This test is online, so we will see our answers right or wrong. Okay, future simple. Future simple, she win the competition. Ms. Gulsafa says will win. So she will win the competition. Are you sure? Are you sure? Let's see another answer maybe. Be careful. Look at the little details that we have. Ms. Gulsafa, don't be fast. What we have? We have she, then win the competition, question mark. We've got a question mark. So we need to use the sentence starting with an auxiliary verb. So will. Am I right? Will she win the competition? Okay, be careful between now and then so that you can see the question mark can help you a lot. She's going to win. You can say that, Mr. Ali. No problem. Yes. Yes. Now, Mr. Ali, if you want to say she's going to win, you can't because it's a question. So you're starting with an auxiliary verb. So which means you're going to use is. Is she going to win the competition? Is she going to win the competition? Will she win the competition? So, what do you think? When we talk about future simple, it can be will, it can be going to, it can be going plus verb ing. So, for now we will use this one and we will see if we are right or wrong. Okay, let's check. It's correct. This is correct. So, will she win the competition? Again, it depends on the sentence. More information, you can consider the other types of a future simple, like as Mr. Ali mentioned. Number 2, future continuous. She waits when we arrive. We have she will. Yes. She will going to win when. Whoa. Future continuous. Future continuous, future progressive. She will be waiting when we arrive. Again, this is future continuous, continuous which means progressive. Short action interrupted by long action. I'm sorry, long action, which is the future continuous, interrupted by a short action. So we will say she will be, Miss Azima, she says. Why Miss Gulsafa, why you said going to? Here we don't have future simple. Here we have future continuous. She will be waiting. What? Let's see, Mr. Ali. But I think using be going to is not suitable for when. Yes, sir. It's not about suitable, actually. It's about the information, the sentence that can help you to use which form of the tense. So she will be waiting. She will be waiting. Okay, when we arrive. Full stop, because it's a statement. Punctuations are important. So she will be waiting when we arrive. Okay, let's check. Perfect. This is the formation. She will be waiting. Mr. Ali, excellent. Yes. Number 3, fellas. Number 3. Remember, you need to read here first. Future perfect we have. Future perfect we have here. By next week, I finish this work. We need future perfect here. What's the formation of the future perfect? What is the formation? I will have finished. Thank you, Miss Azima. Remember, guys, I am capitalizing the letter, so I can't write I. The start of the sentence in the exam, careful. So I capital, it must be capital. However, here, starting sentence is by. So by next week, I must be capital. I will have finished this work. I will have finished. Finished is wrong. Finished this work. And period, because it's a statement. I will have finished. Excellent, excellent. Let's check. Super amazing, guys. Super amazing. Let's see here. Show. Will she win the competition? This is the answer. We are showing here. She will be waiting when we arrive. Perfect. I'm sorry for the sound of this motorcycle. Unbelievable. Here, by next week, I will have finished this work. Again, number 4. What we have here is future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. By next week, I will have finished this work. Excellent, Miss Damala. Excellent, Miss Gulsafa. Excellent. Now, jumping to number 4. We have future perfect continuous, which we have 2 actions continuing together, or one action but refers to emphasis. I will have been living. Miss Firal says here, I will have been living. Okay, so I, capital, I will have been living, excellent, here for 1 year next week. Period. Okay, let's check it again so we don't make mistakes. Sometimes I make mistake with the writing. I will have been living here for one year next week. Excellent. Superb. Superb. I like it, guys. I will be living here for 1 year next week. Unfortunately, Mr. Ali, we cannot use future simple here. I will be living. I'm sorry. You are using. Will be living. You are using the future simple, the third form. We cannot use this one. As you can see, 1 year next week. 1 year next week. We're talking about here an action, past action. Who will pass the exam? Future simple. Okay, thank you. Who will pass the exam? Excellent. Excellent. Question marks, always important in your test, guys. Who will pass the exam? Who will pass the exam? Check. Perfect. Let's show here. I will have been living here for a year. Show here. Excellent. Jumping to number 6. No problem, Miss Firal. I know. No problem. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. 6. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. She studied, so she will be tired. She studied, so she will be tired. Who can help us here with this sentence? We must use future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. She have been. She will have been. Yes, Miss Firal. Miss Damla, you forgot will, unfortunately. Now remember, with the future, there is always will. There is always will. She will have been studying, so she be tired. So she will be tired. Nice, Miss Firal. Very good. Miss Gulsafa, excellent. Yep. Mr. Ali, studying is incorrect. Studying, it should be Y-I-N-G. Y-I-N-G. Okay, she will have been studying, so she will be tired. Full stop or period. Let's check it again. She will have been studying, so she will be tired. Check. Excellent. This is the sentence. Jumping to 7. Jumping to sentence number 7. Future continuous. How, you, and get home. Question mark. Start with a question word. You have a subject here, and you have verb and complement and question mark. So what are we going to say here? How will you getting home? How will you getting home? Excellent, Miss Gosafa. Miss Firal, very good. Yes. So, no problem, Mr. Ali. It happens. Some of you used be the verb. Some of you didn't use be the verb. Are we using be or not? Are we using be or not? What do you think? How? Let me write it and tell me. Are we going to say like this? Let's capitalize it. How will you be getting or getting? I need your help here. What do you think? Yes. How will you be getting home? How you will be getting home? Okay. So are we using be? Let's see how many of you used be, the verb be. How will you getting home? Miss Gulsafa says. Miss Firal says you will be getting. Mr. Ali, okay, didn't say nothing. Miss Damla, how will you getting home? How you will be getting home? How you will be getting home? Okay, so we have be. Let's check. How you will be getting home. Let's check the sentence one more time so that we can press check. Will you be getting home? Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Show how you will be getting home. How you will be getting home. Excellent, guys. Now, future simple. What do you think? This one. What is the answer? What do you think is the answer? I will write here, I will come. Okay, Miss Stephanie, welcome. She said, I will come later. Miss Firal said, I will come. So we are using the first form of the future. I will come later. Period. Excellent. Thank you. Number 9. Future perfect. Future perfect. Miss Azima, she's coming here. I'm going to come later. Yes, Mr. Ali. Yes, Mr. Ali. Here you can say that. You can use that with the speaking. However, if you write will with the writing, this is more preferable. This is more preferable. Future perfect. She catch the train by 3 p.m. Future perfect we're talking about here. Miss Azma, she said she will catch. But we're talking about future perfect. Future perfect. Keep in mind, when we talk about something perfect, which means the third form of the verb. So we don't have the third form of the verb here. She will have catched, Miss Firal says. So let's see. She will have catched the train by 3 p.m. Cool. Periods. Full stop. Yes, Miss Gulsafa. Yes, Miss Damla. She will have catched the train by 3 p.m. Mr. Ali says she will have catched the train by 3 p.m. Excellent, I guess. Oh, incorrect. Incorrect. What is the incorrect part? She will have catched the train by 3 p.m. What is the mistake here that we have? What do you think? Where is the mistake? Before we press show, where do you think the mistake? She will have catched. Ah, yes. Oh my God, I got confused, yeah. Miss Firal, yeah, Miss Firal. Oh my God, look. I took Miss Firal verb, and Miss Firal verb is incorrect. I didn't check it. Oh my God, Miss Firal, I will kill you. No. What is the third form of catch? Guys, I need your help. What is the third form of catch? Anyone? Catched is wrong. Come on, Mr. Ali is also wrong. Mr. Ali, come on, sir. Yes. Miss Bahtiyar. Yes, A, not O. Coat. A, guys, oh my god, I will kill you. I was very fast writing because of the time, and you are giving me very wrong verbs. I will kill you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Come on. Miss Gulsafa is wrong. Miss Azima is wrong. Miss Firal is wrong. What's wrong with you? Mr. Ali is wrong. Come on. Okay. No problem. This is very good. Because now you will never forget this again. Never. Okay. Okay. Last one. Unfortunately, number 10. Last one. I can't continue more because of the time. Future simple rain tomorrow. I will do it for you. Because I know this one. It's easy. It will rain tomorrow. Dot. Yes. Check. Show. Now, we have so much exercises. We have so much I prepared for you. But time, guys. Time is killing us here. Time in Turkey is deadly. Unfortunately, I have to stop our lesson of today. Yes, Mr. Ali. Yes. So, guys, unfortunately, we need to stop because time is up. I would like to thank each and every one of you who participated, who have the time to be here in our lesson and to act, to answer, even if it was wrong answers, and catch code with A. But no problem. Those mistakes can happen, and always, that's the idea. Making mistakes makes us powerful, makes us understand everything more clearly, and makes us not make those mistakes again. Thank you so much, Miss Firal, Miss Firal, Miss Gulsafa, Mr. Ali, Miss Azma, Miss Bahtiyar, Uzlik, thank you so much. Miss Damla, thank you. Miss Stephanie, thank you a lot. That was amazing. Thank you. I have to write you something. Thank you. This is very thank you from your instructor. Absolutely, utterly welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for everything. Thursday was amazing. Please, if you want to check this live streams, go to our Instagram page, follow it, and follow our YouTube channel, and you can always find all of our instructors here with multiple accents and multiple lessons, and that would be very amazing for you. Thank you so much again. Don't forget, like our videos, comment below, share the videos if they are helpful. We will be very happy to see our YouTube channel very good, because we are doing our best to make you capable of speak the English language. For my videos, you can check them out. You can comment below on my videos, okay? Because I always check them out and I reply to any question or any concern that students have. And that's it for me today. Thank you so much. See you on another lesson. Please have a spectacular weekend. You know, despite the fact that it's a curfew because of university exams, but have a good weekend. Stay safe and always wear face mask. Okay? Thank you so much. See you on another lesson. My name is Ali and I'm from Just English. Thank you so much. See you on another day.